Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. My name again is Jeffrey Davis, and I guess you've been meeting with a lot of our other hosts and enjoying our interviews as we continue to stream stories of entrepreneurship, leadership, and how businesses are dealing with this dramatically changing economy. Our next guest, first timer for me, Joe Mindak, co-founder of Nolodex.
You got it.
Whew.
Perfect.
I had to do it slow. Just
Could,
you
could be a
know,
tough one.
I'm cognitively challenged, Joe, so I had to go slow on that one.
All right, you did all right. You got it phonetically right. So yeah, Nolodex is actually your networking Rolodex. So my partner came up
Ah.
with the name, and when you think, although I'm not sure how many people remember what a Rolodex is. I know you and I probably do, but I don't know the some of the younger demographic might not get the Rolodex reference.
I
But
remember my mentors had these big round
oh
ones,
yeah.
and there wasn't anyone I would say in town I felt they didn't know or couldn't call.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. I remember seeing one a couple years ago. I was interviewing for Howard Stern .com. My agency was trying to build a website. I met with his agent and he had like five Rolodexes on the desk and probably knew every single person in town. Yeah. It's kind of cool. So, well, thanks for having me.
So why don't you get us a little up to speed on Nolodex and what the current technology is, and then I'll have my follow-up question about sort of the evolution to get there.
Sure. Well, we built Nolodex to allow communities to track referrals and then get paid on those referrals, right? I've been networking my whole life. A lot of people have been. There's people that have been really good at giving referrals out to people through networking. And we kind of said, you know what? What about starting to pay each other? A lot of the good networkers are giving a lot of referrals and not getting those referrals back. They're waiting for that reciprocation of, I give you a few referrals, Jeff, you're probably going to give me some back, but it doesn't always happen. So we said, why not get paid, right, Jeffrey? If I introduce you to somebody that you land business through my network, you pay a referral fee, and then Nolodex can take that referral fee and split it up amongst the community. So if the community wants to take 80% and give it to the member that made the introduction and keep 20% for themselves, so it works great for both those people that are members of networking groups and referral groups that want to make a little passive income by opening their network, and also the people that are running those groups can make a little referral fee off of the deal. So it works really well, and it takes care of everything all in one platform. So we haven't seen anyone else doing it. We haven't seen it out there. We tried to look for, like anyone, try to look for a software that could do what we wanted it to do as a community owner. We decided to build our own, and then we decided, you know what, we should let other groups use our software as well.
So you must be, besides marketing inclined, technically inclined. So give us a little bit of the evolution. Like I always like to say, go into the Wayback Machine. What's your
Right.
background, your partner's background, and how did this sort of all come to be? Because the stories of entrepreneurship are always the best.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm a marketing guy, but I'm marketing more on the sales side. I'm not going to take any credit for the tech side. That's my partner. I always say he's the brains behind the operation, Adrian. So
And the
I
good-looking one. Your
and the
partner's
good
the
look, of course, and the good looking one. That's why we're on radio mostly today, so I don't have to put my face out there. But yeah, you know what? As a software owner now, yes, I'm not very technically inclined, but the software is so easy to use that I could actually use it without having to be trained on it. So we wanted to make it really user friendly. It is an enterprise level software. We went onshore. Studio Labs is the company out of New York that built it for us. We wanted to make sure we built it the right way, and my partner worked with the dev team to do that. Like I said, we couldn't find a software that did referral management, tracking, referral payments, everything on one platform. So we said, let's just build it ourselves. And when you build software, a lot of times when you find your solution and build it yourself, say, hey, this can be used for other communities and other businesses that could use our software. And that's how a lot of software is actually started, is because there's nothing that could solve a solution. So we solved that solution. Now we're selling to other people. But yeah, so my partner worked with the dev team for a year and a half to develop this software, and we're continuing to build it out. Every day, we're continuing to make it better.
Yeah, sorry. Let's see if I get myself in trouble. It sort of makes me think of a toll booth CRM.
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. It's it is a CRM system, not a tip, your typical CRM system. We built it again custom for us to track everything, but yeah, it tracks all the payments coming in and then it tracks all the payments going out. and it automatically does that. Everything runs through Stripe, so we don't touch the money, we don't touch the information. Stripe takes that money in today and then spreads it out to however the communities want to split that up. Nonprofits can use it, right? If a nonprofit wants to give, take some of that money in to the nonprofit or give some of it to a nonprofit, it can be done that way. So it literally, yes, it pulls that in like a toll booth and then spits it out the next day to whoever gets paid on those deals. So, and it
Sounds
can be
good to me.
different ways. Yeah.
Now, where are you getting the greatest acceptance of the product? Are there particular industries, entrepreneurs, sizes, and where are you getting the most resistance that makes you scratch your head?
Well, you want to say when you're an entrepreneur, you want to really have something that's going to disrupt an industry, and we think we're disrupting the networking industry, right? Networking is huge, right? There's groups out there that have, 11,000 networking groups and chapters of their groups, right? And to come there and say, hey, we should all start paying each other now is a hard thing to say, right? You have people that are like, hey, I've been running my networking group like this for a while. Now I'm going to go back to all my members and say, why don't we all pay each other? Hey, Jeffrey, now you pay a referral fee when you get a deal. It's a little tough. So we're getting a little pushback on that. And I think it has to be that acceptance, right? That adoption. So it's first people. We've got a lot of groups that are already signed up and coming on. They're like, I like that model. And others that are like, hey, I can't go back to my members asking them to pay a fee. They're afraid to do it. But listen, once we start getting them all on board, and this is a message not to like if you're a community owner, there's groups out there that are starting to accept this and start paying their members for referral fees. And again, the community owner gets a part of the referral fee as well. It's going to start being accepted more and more. So people are going to start saying, "Hey, I could join, Jeffrey's group that doesn't pay referral fees, or I could join Joe's group that does pay referral fees. Which one am I going to join?" So it's going to take a little time to get that acceptance. But yeah, the networking groups we already have about a dozen on already. That we just started selling the software a couple months ago. We have a dozen on, so they're getting it. The ones that are getting it quick are like the same members that we brought into our community originally that were like, I like that you're paying referral fees. I've been looking to get paid for my referrals for years, and now somebody's actually saying we could all do it. Great, I'm on board. The other people we're really getting a lot of traction from are chambers of commerce that are like, hey, we're trying to engage our members of the chamber. We meet once a month at a diner, or we meet at somebody's business. But between those times, what do you do between those meetings every month? And what happens if you only make three of those meetings in a year? How are you engaging with the other 4, 5, 600 members in the chamber? The platform you could go on and just find people that are in your sphere. Hey, I want to talk to other marketing people. I want to talk to other tech people. Great. Find all those other people that are in your chamber right on the platform. And alumni associations are really starting to take hold of this, right? I went to
Right.
Bergen Catholic High School. They're like, we can't get our alumni to engage. How do we get? Well, look, if you start getting those people on there that are business people that want to get paid, want to get business for themselves, and are willing to pay a referral fee, or to get on the platform, refer, and actually make some money. And then part of that money goes to your alumni association, your foundation, right? Why not? Why not help my old alma mater, right? So we're talking to fraternities are coming on. Anyone that's involved with alumni associations and stuff are really like, this is a good way for us to engage our alumni. We can't figure out how to get them to engage with each other. Just the Facebook groups don't really work, right? Like you go on for a couple times and like, all right, well, there was another platform that I know my alumni used, and it was like I went on a couple times, but nothing was driving me to go back. Right
And
now,
anything beats not going back to a rubber chicken event.
right, exactly. So now it's like, hey, I went on the platform, I sent Jeffrey a referral, and all of a sudden I got $1,000 in my bank account, and maybe I'll go back to it again, right? Or I got a great new client out of it. I'm going to go back there and see what else I could get.
So I have a final question. Is entrepreneurship in your history, or is this a first for you?
I've never worked for anybody. I started a marketing company right out of college, and I've just always, this is my seventh business. So I don't know. I was always in sales. My friend Amy always said, you're going to be a sales guy or a politician. So sometimes they're one and the same, right? But I knew how to sell. And then I learned, I kind of fell into marketing right out of college, and then now combine the sales and marketing of it. And I'm like, about 10 years in, after we grew the marketing company to about a $3 million company, I was like, you know what? I could market my own products. Why? I know how to market things now. Why don't I start building my own products, my own businesses? And that's what I did from there. So I just said, let me find a good idea, something that's something nobody's doing, right? Nobody's doing what Nolodex is doing right now. And then we know how to market it. We know how to get the word out there. right? Because that's my skill set is getting the word out there. So yeah, so it's been my dad owned his own business. He started a printing company in his basement. I remember when I was a kid, my dad had a small printing press in the basement, and he would, sell during the day for his other company that he worked for, and then at night he would, come and do all his own printing on his own and start his own company. He grew that and into a nice business, and so yeah, I guess it was kind of I followed his footsteps from what he was doing. So.
What a great story, typical entrepreneurial story, and very enjoyable for the short time that we have. Joe, if someone wants to know more about Nolodex and contact you, how would they do that?
Yeah, Joe at nolodex.com, Nolodex.com. Pretty simple. And they can shoot me an email there, and I'm happy to show anyone a demo and show what it could do. So,
And you and I are going to connect also on our different social sites. And it's a great story and like to hear how you progress over time. I want to thank you for being on Radio Entrepreneurs today.
no, thank you so much, Jeffrey. Appreciate it. It's been great.
Great. Remind everybody this is Radio Entrepreneurs.